If Elon Musk has found so much corruption and so much waste in the government, how come no one's been arrested yet? Wisconsin, this is for you. You have a very big election coming up tomorrow. You have a Supreme Court seat up for grabs, and this guy right here, this guy Elon Musk, is trying to bribe you to vote for the candidate that he wants. He's trying to buy this election. Do not fall for his crap, Wisconsin, please. Elon Musk and his super PACs, which are basically run by Elon Musk, have poured over $20 million into the Wisconsin Supreme Court election. He hopped on stage dressed like this in a cheese hat. Okay, I mean, you are Wisconsin, so I'll give him that. Then he spewed a couple lies, which I'm going to play for you at the end here, that were totally debunked.
Antonio's helping out with Social Security. So just trying to review Social Security, where you may have heard that we found 20 million dead people marked as alive in the...
He has shown zero proof of this. Not one iota of proof. He just puts up a graph that somebody made. He has not shown facts. He has not shown documents. Acting Social Security Commissioner Lee Dudek, who Trump put in charge, has already debunked this fact. He said he hasn't really seen any facts about it. In fact, he put out a statement that said less than 1/3 of 1% are erroneously reported and require correction. Less than 1/3%. Elon's lying to you. Speaking of lying, a woman asked him, when are we going to get our Doge dividend checks?
So I'm not the only one who's wondering, but we know that Doge has found quite a bit of money, and we would like to see some of that returned to the American people. Do you have any information on when Doge checks would be written or sent out?
Sure.
I'm not going to play his response. You can easily look it up, but it was 60 seconds of just backtracking. He essentially said, you're not going to get a Doge dividend check. It was all a farce. It was all a lie. Why do people fall for this crap? Why do people believe this stuff? You're never going to get money back. And one more thing. Where are the arrests? I'll tell you where they are. They're nowhere because nothing's been found. Nothing of significance has been found. Wisconsin, for the sake of your state, for the sake of the country, and possibly for the sake of the free world, please vote for Miss Susan Crawford tomorrow on your April 1st Supreme Court election. Please, I beg you, do not fall for Elon Musk's crap. Do not fall for Elon Musk's lies.
Elon Musk gets heckled by protesters and is called out for bribing people to vote in the Wisconsin Supreme Court election. So Elon Musk has been paying $100 to people to vote for the judges that he likes because, you know, in America, that's somehow not illegal for reasons that I can't quite seem to understand. But he was at a rally last night trying to continually bribe people to vote the way he wants them to. And he was heckled by some protesters. Check this out.
Shocking, really. It's insane. Yeah. It's really wild. So, I mean, it was inevitable that at least a few Soros operatives would be in the audience. Give my regards to George. Say hi to George for me. USA, 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 USA.
So I wanted to be sure not only to share that video, but the particular quote that was over top, because it is just staggering to me. Just the lack of self-awareness that Elon Musk talk about paid protesters at his rally while he is paying people to vote the way that he wants them to vote. Like, there is no consistency with these people. This is the same guy who was just on Fox News over the weekend crying about how people are so mean to him and how evil they are to take joy in like his Tesla stock falling right now. It's like, dude, you're dismantling everything in our country right now. You're laughing about it and you want people to feel sorry for you, and you come out the next day and you're actively trying to buy votes in an election. Like, this is completely insane. The fact that billionaires like Elon Musk can just buy elections, that can just buy as much influence as they want to, it's not just a problem, it's also just a symptom of a system that is working exactly the way it's supposed to and needs to be dismantled altogether. Like, we are not going to be able to go forward as a country until we unravel this institution that's been created that allows people like Elon Musk to have the level of power that they have in our society. As always, make sure you like this post so that we get recommended in this app more, and make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss any of our future posts. And for our deeper dives, make sure that you follow us on Substack.
So why did the Wisconsin Court of Appeals allow Elon Musk to have the event where he paid people who signed the petition about voting for the Supreme Court justice? The TLDR here kind of is that the Attorney General messed up the filing. I don't know why he pursued this as a civil rather than a criminal matter. Like, why didn't he just arrest him? I don't know. I suspect he thought it would be quicker to get a civil injunction put in place than to like pursue a criminal case, which is much harder, but I will let the lawyers weigh in on that. As far as the actual case that did not go well, he went to a lower court, the district court, and it was actually assigned to Susan Crawford, who is being voted on in the election, obviously. So she recused herself. It was given to a different judge. That judge did not agree to hear the case before the rally. So the AG went to the Court of Appeals, which is a 3-judge panel, and in his filings, he did not include, so the Court of Appeals says, appropriate amounts of evidence to prove that the lower court had not agreed to take up the case. He also did not ask for the appropriate kind of relief in the case, which would have been for the lower court to be forced to take up the case at that time. So because he didn't include the appropriate amount of evidence, and because he didn't ask for the appropriate amount of relief, the appeals panel they couldn't do anything about it, which is what they told him. I will point out that the panel of judges on the appeals court here were all liberals. So this was not like some kind of conspiracy. The AG did not file the case correctly.
Elon Musk brought his Cybertruck built body ass to Wisconsin, came out on stage with a cheese head on his head, signed it, and threw it into the audience as if he's some sort of celebrity. It's pathetic. Why is the richest man in the world coming to Wisconsin, passing out $1 million checks for people to participate in this Supreme Court race? Could it be because he has Tesla lawsuits here in the state of Wisconsin, preventing him from opening up dealerships as a manufacturer so he doesn't undercut independent dealerships, driving them out of business? Yeah, that's most likely what it is. Republicans have a problem with people passing out food and water at polling places. That's not okay. But Elon can come here and pass out $1 million checks for people to vote in this election. And then when people call him out on his bullshit in the crowd, he shrugs them off as if they're just George Soros paid actors, while himself a billionaire, is there paying people millions of dollars to vote. And the crowd, lacking all ability to think for themselves because Trump loves the poorly educated, that's why he's working so hard to abolish the Department of Education, is there just cheering him on. Elon has poured around $20 million into this race. Wisconsin really needs to show up on April 1st and vote Susan Crawford, so Elon knows that he can't just go state to state buying up elections.
So Elon Musk gave out his $1 million checks last night that were supposedly available to anybody that signed up and then showed up to this thing, and one went to this guy, Nicholas Jacobson. But very shortly after he received his check, people on the internet started to realize that the guy with the exact same name just so happens to be the chairman of the Wisconsin Conservative Republicans. Now, it hasn't been 100% verified that it's the same dude, but I'm definitely leaning that way. And I mean, if that is the case, that's really just par for the course at this point after all the corruption that was involved with his so-called $1 million sweepstakes last year. It's crazy enough that any of this is happening, but the fact that they're so corrupt that they can't even let just one regular Joe poor schmuck win makes it that much worse. This is the other girl that got a check, by the way. I can't even exactly see what her name is, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say in like a couple days she's gonna come out as like somebody's cousin or some party insider or something like that. But yeah, anyway, welcome to Trump's America, where you too can get rich if you are probably already rich.
I did a video the other day about Elon Musk offering to give $100 to people who voted against Susan Crawford in the Wisconsin Supreme Court election. That election is April 1st. It's tomorrow. So if you have not voted for that, I'm going to explain to you why you really need to pay attention. So people from Wisconsin, down to the front. This is going to be really important for you guys, and I'm going to try to unpack as much as I can unpack in the shortest amount of time. So the Supreme Court rejected efforts to stop Elon Musk from not just giving $100 per vote. He's not doing that anymore. He wanted to give $1 million to people who voted for Susan Crawford's opponent. Sound familiar? He held a rally in Green Bay yesterday, on Sunday, March 30th. When he announced that he was going to be doing this rally in Green Bay, he had tweeted that it was in appreciation for people who took the time to vote. People had taken that and was like, look, it looks like he is violating the bribery laws in Wisconsin. And so he deleted that as if he didn't say anything, and he fixed it. He said that he was giving out checks for spokesmen who were speaking for the petition against activist judges, which Susan Crawford is not an activist judge. She will uphold the law as the law is supposed to be. She will not subvert the law to whatever it is that her personal ideology is. Now, when the Supreme Court rejected the efforts to stop Elon Musk from giving out this $1 million in the Green Bay rally, well, that's what he did. He gave out $2 million yesterday at the Green Bay rally to two different voters, calling them spokesperson for his petition against activist judges. This is the same thing that he did in Pennsylvania. He even mentioned, I'm not calling this in, I'm not sending these checks, I'm here in person. Why is he here in person? Because, quote, this vote is critical to Trump's agenda and the future of civilization. We've already seen that Trump's agenda is rolling back protections for DEI or LGBT community, people that he doesn't like, that are too brown for his taste. Women, he's rolling back protections for them. That is his agenda. If this vote is critical to Trump's agenda, I didn't say that, Elon Musk said it, then that is a seat they should not have. He also said it would be critical to the future of civilization. What are they trying to do to civilization right now? They are trying to whitewash civilization, to erase Black and brown people, women, LGBT people from civilization. That is why this is important to civilization in their eyes. This court is expected to decide on in the next coming years between now and 2026. Choice. This Supreme Court will decide whether or not you have the right, ladies, to your own body, whether or not you are violated, whether or not you need help because you are losing a child you actually want. Redistricting, gerrymandering. They want to gerrymander all these seats so that liberals and Democrats no longer get a say. This court will decide on union power and how powerful unions are. Say what you want about unions. Unions are the reason why we have the 40-hour work week, weekends off, safety laws. Unions have been pushing the minimum wage in state after state. This court will also be deciding on voting rules that will affect the next election in 2026 and in 2028. Now that's what Trump and Musk are interested in, Trump specifically. He wants to be able to tell that Supreme Court how he wants the voting rules to be, and then they just go along with it. There is already a justice on that court who wore Make America Great Again attire. Trump knows that he's got that person in the bag. He needs another person. That is Trump's agenda. To take voting rights from you, the right of choice from you, to weaken your union so that you can't unionize against big corporations who would much rather pay your family a sum of money than keep your life safe. When it comes to Elon Musk and what stake he has in it, Elon Musk started taking interest in this seat when he figured out that Tesla couldn't open up any dealerships in Wisconsin. Tesla, I believe it was a few months ago, started suing Wisconsin because Wisconsin law says that only third parties can open up dealerships. You cannot open up a dealership as a manufacturer of that vehicle. Tesla, who makes Teslas, want to open up dealerships in Wisconsin. He wants that law changed. That is why him and his different money groups have been putting in over $20 million to get Susan Crawford's opponent elected. I'm not giving him name recognition. Susan Crawford is up against Elon Musk and Donald Trump on this because they need something from the court. They are buying this election, put $20 million into this election, and that was before yesterday's $2 million that he just gave out to 2 random voters. Voters, not spokespeople. He called it spokespeople for legality's sake, but he had already spilled the beans when he said it was for appreciation for voting. Wisconsin, you have a choice to make. Are you going to let Elon Musk buy your election? Either you're going to get up and fight for your state, or you're going to let Elon Musk and Donald Trump run all over it and run all over you, because neither one of them care about you. Neither one of them care about your bottom line. Nobody is talking about that. They only are thinking about what they can get and how they can squeeze you for their own personal gain. So if you have not voted already, tomorrow is the day. Please get out there and vote. Please.